All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Carson Comedy Club. How's everyone doing tonight? That's right, the Carson Comedy Club, #1 comedy club in Carson City, 8 years in a row. Please, everyone, take this opportunity, silence all cell phones and pagers. It is 2022. If you have a pager, we're watching you closely. Also, there's no smoking of any kind, including e-cigs and vape pen. Please, no video or flash photography. And finally, and most importantly, please be courteous to the audience members around you and the comedians on stage by limiting your conversation during the show. Remember, the comedians sound great when they're talking. You sound better when you're not. Are you ready to get this show started? Please welcome to the stage your host for the evening. He's performed at comedy clubs all over the country and for the troops overseas. Put your hands together for comedy's last alpha male, Brian Lee! Carson City, how are we doing tonight? Welcome. Give it up for the announcer guy. Damn good-looking man, just in case you didn't know. Welcome to the Carson Comedy Club, #1 comedy club in Carson City, 8 years in a row. And as always, still the only comedy club in Carson City, 8 years in a row. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming out on a beautiful, scenic Friday night in Carson City. Once again, thank you to California for bucking up our air. Fortunately, Gavin Newsom decided he's going to put extra gel in his hair and it's going to soak it all in. We'll have sun by the end of the weekend. That's the goal. So, welcome. By a round of applause, do we have first-timers here? My first-timers. We got a bunch. Holy shit, got a lot of people to talk to. It's going to be fun. Where are you guys from? It's not graded. Where are you from? Jesus Christ, you're going to make it that hard on me already? Can't you just tell me where you're from? Are you hiding from the cops or something? The mob? Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate you guys being here and sitting in the front row. So, I appreciate it. Other first-timers, where are you from? Stagecoach! Rock on! Coming out to the big city tonight, huh? Woo, okay. How did you find out about this lovely place? Do they have internet out there? Did it have pictures of them in it? Look for these ladies. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate you being here. Where's my other first timers? You got other first timers here? Welcome. So where are you guys from?
Carson. The Bay Area.
Oh, no, wait. You're from the Bay Area originally? What do we say to everybody from the Bay Area? Welcome to America. Thanks for coming out. But you're from Carson City. How long you been in Carson City? Okay, did you hear me saying about us being here for 8 fucking years? And you just made it out tonight? Well, we appreciate you being here. And also, first time, where are you from? Are you from here? Are you from?
I'm from here.
What I just said to him. Okay, that's not gonna. Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and I definitely appreciate you sitting in the front row. We do have we're doing Oprah tonight. We're giving away money. Yeah. So I think what's tonight's seat? It's table 2, seat 1. Oh, nobody's there. Oh man. You're not getting money, and you're not getting money. Nobody's getting money. Guess you guys should listen to me when I tell you to sit in the fucking front row next time. All right. Where's my other first timers? We got some more first timers here? Everybody's like, no, I ain't saying shit now. Where are you guys from?
Westberg Street.
That's quite specific.
Thank you. That was great.
So for us people who aren't locals, what does that mean?
We walked
All right. So somebody get her drinks because they made it alive. So well, awesome. So what brings you? How did you find out about us?
We live here and we
Okay, I just read a blanket this shit. For all you people who live here, we've been here for 8 years. I know you're never going to hear that on the fucking radio or nothing, but we've been here for a long time. So, but thank you guys all so much for coming out. That's it. And everybody else has been here before. We got some other first timers. We got some radio winners. Where's my radio winners at? Round of applause for my radio winners. Wait, everybody won radio tickets? You're just clapping for them because they were the fifth fucking caller? You dog fast, yeah! What station was it? Is that 99.1? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, they definitely don't know that there's a comedy club here. It's really weird. Jimmy Fallon just fucking plays here, but Wait, were you like fifth caller, or how'd you actually get it? Fifth texter. Whoa! Patrick. You're not Patrick. No! Patrick? Exactly. Who the hell's Patrick? That's just really random shit. Next week, text Snuffleupagus. Good God, what is going on with this town? Yes, I'm in a really good mood today. I have no idea why, because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. No, welcome you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. Everybody having a good week? Everybody good week? So I'm having a good week. I'm having a very good day. Check it out. Today I found out I signed my deal with HBO. Yeah. Thank you. Check it out. I get it free for the first year. After that, it's just $9.99 a month. Not a good deal. Probably don't give a shit about my Netflix deal then. So. No, my name is Brian Lee. That's not my real name. That's just my stage name. I'm just doing this to pay my way through stripper school. So if it ain't funny, front row, it's going to get interesting real quick. Yes. Magic Patrick. I think that's what it is. That's what it was. Patrick. The hell was I thinking? Who's drinking tonight? Anybody drinking? There's like no drinks in the front row. How you sit in the front row with no drinks? You know where you're at, right? They're free here. Shit. Where's my drink? Is anybody drinking? 3 people. All right. 5 people. Well, screw it. That is exactly what it is. And that's awesome when someone can from out in the audience go, yep, 7. That's pretty good. There's a horrible street joke, but I just got to do it. So, I just have to do a street joke. So this guy walks into a bar. Joke, and he goes to the bartender and said, "Can I get a BL?" And the bartender said, "BL, that's a Bud Light, right?" He goes, "Yes, sir." Boom, here you go. Next guy walks up and he goes, "Can I get me an MGD?" Now, Middle General Jeff coming right up, boom. And then this blonde lady walks up to the bar and she goes, "Can I have a 15?" And he goes, "I don't know what that is." She goes, "It's a 7 and 7, stupid." Yeah. Sorry, you guys are awesome. One more time, get up for yourselves. You guys are great. Hey, tonight's really special. You guys get most of you didn't pay, but the ones who did, you're getting 3 comics for the price of 2. We have a special guest comedian here tonight. I'm very excited. He is coming off his 6-month suspension, so he's allowed back in the club now. So we're very excited about that. He's performed all over the country. He's really funny, and he runs some great comedy shows up in Reno, and I love having him down here. He's a really good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Illinois, please put your hands together for my very good friend, Mr. Luke Westberg.
Okay, this show, I swear to God, I'm not going to expose myself to anyone. Swear to God. All right, how's everybody feeling tonight? Hell yeah. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're feeling clap, clap, woo. Okay. Yeah, so, when you go into work on Monday and Jim from accounting asks you how your weekend was, you can be like, oh, you know, Jim, I had a pretty clap, clap, woo weekend. I had a clap, clap, woo time at Carson Comedy Club. Or you can just, like, go in his face and be like, woo! He's like, ooh, clap, clap, woo, that good. My weekend was just snap, snap, boo, you know. Yeah, so my name's Luke. A little bit about me. I identify as a beta male, which is probably good because that's generally how everybody else identifies me as well. Yeah, my preferred pronouns are he, him, little pussy-ass bitch. You know, the standard ones, but yeah. I've been working out, trying to get stronger by taking performance-enhancing drugs, but I accidentally OD'd on Flintstones chewable vitamins. Yeah, I was like twitching on the floor, foaming from the mouth, all smacked up from Dino and the Great Gazoo. But you know what? Next time that I want to get Fred Flintstoned, I'm going to look myself in the mirror and say, no, Luke, you yabba dabba don't. You're yabba dabba better than this. You don't want to yabba dabba disappoint your 5th grade dare officer, you know? Screw it. What's one more crushed up Betty Rubble, you know? Oh, God, I got it. Yeah, B vitamin blast starts my brain, and I start like hallucinating. I think I see like Betty Rubble over there. I'm like, hey Betty, how you doing, you modern Stone Age whore? Yeah, how about we go back to your place? Let's bam bam. Yeah, I'll make your bed rock. Yeah. Oh, you aren't into it? Okay, fine. How about I whip out my cell phone and I give Barney, your husband Barney, a call? Yeah, because when me and Barney Rubble are together, we're going to have a yabba-doo time, a dabba-doo time, we'll have a gay old time. Yeah. Anyway, the point of this joke is don't do drugs, because drugs will make you want to have sex with cartoon characters. Or as is known in Japan, normal. Perfectly normal to want to do cartoon characters in Japan. Anyway. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah. Just a little table talk. Not that distracting, but slightly. Anyway. We can hug it out after the show. It's sorry. Anyway. So where was I going with this? Yeah, like, I lost my... let's do some magic. How about it? It's magic time. So this is an ordinary quarter, right? And as you can see, it is in my right hand. And presto changeo, the quarter is now in my left hand. Magic! Ooh! Now the quarter's coming in and out of my ear. Magic! Ooh! My name's Justin Rivera, everybody. Nice to... It was an inside joke. That was just for Brian, pretty much. Yeah, so I recently, this is the first time in my life that I have ever had a mustache. So I figured that I better, what's up, mustache bro? How are we doing, man? Do you want to rub mustaches together? No, okay. This guy's no fun. Kick him out of here. No, you're cool. Yeah, but, I figured I'd better start doing some stereotypical mustache guy stuff, so I became a police officer, and yeah, I started shotgunning PBRs, and I didn't want to, but these other mustache guys, they peer pressured me into downloading a whole boatload of kitty porn. Is this guy's... Sorry, not kitty porn, Hello Kitty porn. That's what I downloaded. So we got my favorite video. It's Hello Kitty and Choco Cat in Two Pussies, One Dish. It's really good. All right. Yeah. Maybe you get that. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm a scat man, you guys. Hell yeah. Oh God. Yeah, so like I'm 36 years old, and like kids nowadays, if they want to look up porn, like it's just like a couple flicks of their wrist and they got hardcore porn on their phone. Like me, when I was growing up, the closest thing to porn that I had on my phone was the video game Snake. It's like, ooh, look at my snake. It keeps growing and growing, and I'm trying not to touch myself. Ooh. I blew like so many loads on my Nokia brick phone. Let me tell you that. Am I banned again for 6 months? I don't know what content I don't think I'm supposed to talk about loads. I'm pretty sure that's on the agreement I signed. Anyway, yeah. So I'm a nice guy. Yeah, as you can tell. I'm a nice guy, which is why I always finish last. Yeah, in bed my girlfriend finishes, and I'm just there like pounding away for a good like 15 more minutes. And by this point, she's just so numb and bored that she has to whip out her iPad to play Roblox. And you may be asking yourself, hey Luke, how old is your girlfriend if she plays Roblox? And yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Refresh. Yeah. So I love this lady here. She's just my whole set. She's like shaking her head like my disapproving mother. She's like, I raised you better. Shame, Luke. No. But yeah, my girlfriend is always trying to scare me. So like when I walk into a room, she'll jump out and say, boo, and I don't flinch whatsoever. So a few nights ago, she really stepped up her game. She put on like a ghost costume, and when I walked through the door, she jumped out and said, Luke, let's get married. I'm like, ah, Jesus Christ, and I karate chopped her in the throat. It's not that marriage scares me so much. It was more just her like super spooky ghost costume. Yeah, she was wearing like this 1980s gray tweed business suit and blackface. Yeah, she was dressed up like Bill Cosby from Ghost Dad. I was like, baby, you know overt racism scares me. Get out of here with that. Come on. Yeah, so racist. We're still together, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. I figured it's time that we as a nation talk about one of the most important people in the country. I'm talking, of course, about Karl Malone. Yeah, you remember Utah Jazz Hall of Fame basketball superstar Karl Malone, a.k.a. the Mailman? Hell yeah. We got any Karl Malone fans in here? Okay, that's probably good. I'll ask you again after the joke's done. You're like, something's wrong with Karl Malone. I shouldn't clap. Yeah, Karl Malone, his nickname is the Mailman, which I always thought was pretty transphobic for a nickname. He's always like, I got a big package because I'm the mailman. Like, okay, good for you, Karl. You're the mailman. You're a proud cisgendered male. Good for you, man. So, the thing about Karl Malone, yeah, Mark is friggin' dying here. He's my biggest fan. Yeah. He shaved off his mustache, gave it to me. So Karl Malone, this is a true story. When he was 20 years old, he impregnated a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, it's terrible. And like Karl Malone, he had nothing to do with the kid's life except for naming him. So Karl Malone, he called his son, Karl Malone the mailman, he called his son Post Malone. Yeah. And then a few years later, he had a daughter named Return to Sender Malone. Yeah, it's a traditional Swahili name, I believe. Return to Sender Malone. It means I should have pulled out, I think. Malone. Anyway. But yeah, next time you're in Salt Lake City, be sure to visit the bronze statue of Karl Malone. He didn't get it for his basketball career. He definitely got it for knocking up that 13-year-old girl. Because, yeah, Yeah, it's a very fundamentalist Mormon area, and you know what? Game respects game. Gotta say, game respect. Yeah, you aren't gonna like the rest of my. That's not. Sorry. Just letting you know in advance. So my girlfriend, speaking of 7-year age gaps, she's actually 7 years younger than me. Yeah, it's totally cool. I'm 36 years old, so she's like 29. But I can just imagine, like, if I dated her when I was in high school, like, that would have been, like, so hot and sexy. I mean bad. That would have been, I meant to say that would have been so bad. Yeah. I feel like you guys don't like me anymore, so I'm going to tell some everyman humor that every one of you can relate to. So, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite way to kill a baby. I like to kill babies by putting... Still shaking her head now. I like to kill babies by putting their arms in those blood pressured check machines that, like, squeeze your arms. It's like, wow, baby, like, your blood pressure's 180 over 130. Like, why are you so stressed, baby? Oh, he's dead. Looks like Daddy's little accident had a case of the SIDS. Darn it. He must have died of heart disease. Yeah. He did eat a lot of bacon for an infant. I gotta say that. Yeah. I don't think I'm, like, mature enough to be a father because kids, they... Come on, you gotta have more faith in me in the... All right. I'm not mature enough yet because, like, kids, they learn to speak from their parents. So, like, I'm a failure, so I'm gonna make damn sure that my kid is a failure too. So I'm gonna teach my first son, James. I'm gonna teach him to speak in a very high-pitched tone, and say the word hello before and after every sentence. So he's gonna talk like this: "Hello, my name is James. Hello, how are you? Hello." Kind of like that. He sounds stupid, right? And then my second son, LeBron, I'm gonna teach him to speak as if he's underwater. Now, he's going to be in for a rude awakening the first time he goes to kindergarten. He'll come back all mad. "Father, why did you teach me to talk that way? All the other kids were making fun of me. I hate you, Father. You are a monster." Anyway, I was supposed to say the C word, but I'm not allowed to say that. That was kind of the punchline of that joke, that, like, I taught my 5-year-old son to say the C word. Anyway, so if homeless people are, like, supposedly, like, so poor, how can so many of them afford shopping carts? And I know they don't steal them because these are fine, upstanding citizens we're talking about here. Like, I don't even know where you would buy a shopping cart. Like, are they just ordering them out of the thick-ass Uline catalog that they use as their pillow? Or if you go into Walmart, is there, like, a shopping cart aisle? And do you, like, put the shopping cart in your shopping cart? Or can you just wheel up any shopping cart to the front of, like, the checkout and just be like, "Yeah, I want this one," and give them $35? I don't know. I'm legitimately asking. Yeah, and, like, if you have ever seen a homeless person shopping cart, like, it is in pristine condition. It's not like the ones at the store with the hair in the wheels that shakes and then it swerves into a small child, giving him a concussion. He totally deserved it. Yeah, it's like, if you're storing your entire life savings in the shopping cart, you are going to put in the routine maintenance that this trillion-dollar corporation just doesn't have the manpower to do, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you know, maybe they do just steal the shopping carts. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how many homeless people you have in Carson City. We have quite a few in Reno, and they're all right. They hold up signs asking for money. But earlier this year, I visited Florida, and the homeless people there are a bit more aggressive. Like, I was walking in Miami, minding my own business, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, what's 8 times 6, motherfucker? I'm like, he's like, yeah, you don't know, do you? So give me some money. I'm like, I didn't know what, all right, I still don't know what 8 times 6 is. So like, I had to pay the man. But I didn't have any cash, so I just gave him my Chase Freedom credit card. He's like, oh, hell yeah, Chase Freedom. Now I can get like 5% cash back in quarterly rotating categories. This homeless man does not understand how credit card rewards work, all right? Like, he's spending my money for sure, but I'm the one that gets that sweet, sweet 5% cash back when he signs up for HBO Max. Or as he calls it, Hobo Max. He thinks he's really clever like that. How much time I got, Brian? Okay. Well, I'm going to do a little song for you really quick. This song, it's so new. It's from the future. So this, if you can clap really quick while I get changed. Okay, thank you. This is what people wear in the future, just saying. Yeah, in Reno. Here's 2323. It's the future for you, but it's not the future for me. Every future human in the club you see does the future dance. It's the future dance. We wear our dance pants for the future dance. Future, 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 future dance. It's the future dance. It'll put you in a trance. It's the future dance. We're all slaves to the future dance. We must dance to the future dance. If we don't dance, then we die. If we don't dance, then we die. We don't want to die. Future dance, it's the future dance. No time to enhance our circumstance or find romance, but we must dance for AI overlords who wrote the future dance. It's such a good song, come and dance along. Future dance. Okay, you guys hate me. Have a great night. Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Westberg. The reason I wanted him to come out here, doesn't he look like Pete Buttigieg if he did 70s porn? Good job, bro. Now you can go now. Luke Westberg, everybody. Working on his next 6-month fucking suspension. All right. Oh. That was awesome. I'm very excited about our headliner. A couple months ago, I was sitting in my favorite watering hole down in Las Vegas. I was sitting in Frankie's Tiki Bar drinking a lot of Mai Tais with our headliner. And he said, hey, man, I'd love to come to Carson City. And I'm like, fucking be careful what you wish for. Because there's people who've been there forever who don't even know they're there. But he's here now. I'm very excited about our headliner. He's just coming off a tour. He's touring the Southwest. He's performed all over the country, and he's a regular at Delirious down in Las Vegas. A very, very good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please, big warm Carson City welcome for my very good friend, God Fessenden!
Hiya, folks. How about a nice round of applause for Luke? Takes a lot of guts to be that fearless, huh? Holy shit. Sets the bar awful high for me. And let's not forget Brian Lee. Nice round of applause for Brian Lee. You know, Brian does everything here. He does the booking. He does the marketing. He makes up the room. He seats people. He sells tickets. You know what? Today should be Brian Lee Day. Can we make today Brian Lee Day? Nice round of applause. Come on, let's get behind this. Let's make this happen. And we got to do it today because he's off tomorrow. He's got better things to do. Well, let's see. Brian established that he had a good day. Luke had a good day. You guys had a good day. You know what? I had a great day. I went to Staples today to see if they sold Staples. Tomorrow I'm going to Dick's. Oh, folks, I moved recently. I needed to get some new running gear. I didn't know where to go, so I Googled Dick's near me. 10 minutes later, there's a line around the block in front of my house. I'm going to get a letter from the HOA. I'm so traumatized I can't even think about getting cable. No way I'm going to Google how to get cocks in my house. So like Brian said, I'm a Vegas guy. I flew in today, Spirit Air. Spirit, where close is good enough. You know, I was supposed to be in the morning, got in the afternoon. I was supposed to have a nice aisle seat in the front. I had a middle seat in the back. I was so far in the back of the plane that technically I was on the next flight. Thank you, Spirit. But I love Vegas. I've been there for 7 years, but to be honest with you, some of the appeal's starting to wear off. You know, all that opulence and extravagance, after a while, you get numb to it. But I watch tourists come in. They are unbelievable. Oh my God, look at the pyramids. We've got the New York skyline. We've got the Eiffel Tower. Oh, and I get it, because I'm exactly the same way when I go to Ohio. Look, is that a squirrel? Oh my God, a bar that closes. What the hell is that? There's a girl wearing a dress and I can't see her butt cheeks. This place is nuts. It's like Alice in Wonderland. And that's not to say that you guys don't have some weird stuff going on here, too. Brian and I went out. I was here in March. Brian and I went out after the show. We had a couple of drinks at this bar he knows, and we saw a woman get her nipple pierced right in the middle of the bar. In a related story, Brian sucks at darts. But I love Vegas. I love the restaurant scene. We have the greatest restaurants there. I love to treat myself before a big show. Go out. A couple weeks ago, server comes over. She's wearing a button. It says, "Hello, Ruby." But she doesn't spell it with a B-Y. Oh, no. Snowflake spells it with a B-I. All right, fine. Comes over to take my food order. I said, "Hello, guy." "No, I'm not. I like girls." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, your button. It says hello. Are you bi?" And that was the first time I got thrown out of Chuck E. Cheese. Vegas is just wrapping up its big money convention season. It has been spectacular. Everything went great, but we lost one of our favorites, the AVN Awards. The Academy Awards of porn, folks. Oh, it was supposed to happen live. They were going to have it at the brand new Virgin Hotel, and last minute they canceled. First time ever that a bunch of porn stars pulled out of a Virgin. And of course they had to cancel. I mean, talk about a super spreader event. Vegas is weird. You know, and I think we're all feeling the same thing. We don't know what to do about COVID. You know, infection rate is up, hospitalizations and death is down. What do we do? Do we wear a mask? It's a mess. But it's so much better than it was a couple of years ago. Remember that? We all got shut down for 68 days. And in Vegas, when we reopened, only the hotel rooms and the casino floors were allowed back in business. There was nothing to do there. If you went there, all you could do is sleep late, order room service, gamble, free drinks, legal weed, have sex, take a nap. Sounds pretty good when you say it out loud. And next time you're in Vegas, if you want to get an idea about how much sex has been going on in your hotel room, go out and get one of those fluorescent crime scene lights. It'll look like the Blue Man Group got shot out of a wood chipper. And it's all because of this goofy COVID. Have you had it with COVID? Yeah. Oh my God, I'm done. You know, and I was blessed. I got through this unscathed. I kept my job, I didn't get sick, and my wife's been social distancing with me since our honeymoon. Nothing changed. We've been social distancing since it was called Get Off Me. I was begging her for sex the other night, wore her down. She said, "All right, you can do whatever you want to me." From 6 feet away. 6 feet. I am old and white. I couldn't do anything to you from 6 inches away. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. Have fun. So the Intel Corporation recently announced that they have perfected a microchip that can be inserted into the human body, and it will evaluate your health on a permanent basis. Is that amazing? And think about it, the earliest form of cancer detection. You know, if you start to develop a blockage that could cause a heart attack, you'll know immediately. But I don't like it. Maybe I'm old school, but I think the only chips that belong in my body are Doritos. Right? If it's your time, it's your time. Yeah, and something that monitors me 24 hours a day and tells me everything that's wrong with me, I have a wife. Don't laugh. You still got a shot at tonight. Don't laugh. Yeah, so, you think you got a shot? So where was I? So it was my wife's birthday a couple of weeks ago. I asked her, what can I do for you this year? And she said, you know, this pandemic's been rough. For the past couple of years, all we've done is save money because we don't know what's coming next. But things are better now. So how about this year, you get me something really expensive? So I got her a gallon of gas. That joke kills in Tahoe. You know, folks, I was at my favorite gas station recently. I don't want to brag about how well my comedy career is doing in front of 18 people, but I was filling up. And I watched this car pull in. He pulls into pump number 1, gets $10 worth of gas, gives him just enough gas to get to pump number 2. And where's all the money going? Overseas, right? Saudi Arabia is getting most of it. They have so much cash over there. The Saudi government recently announced that they are banning the use of Botox in camels for camel beauty pageants. True story. And the reason is everybody's trying to get a competitive advantage because the cumulative prize money is $126 million. For who's got the prettiest camel? And camels aren't even that hot. All right, the ones with 2 humps, I stand corrected. I'm a hump guy. Those are clearly 56 Triple J's. And don't get me going about their toes. Shame on you. How disrespectful is that? Right. Naming the erogenous zone of a woman after the body part of an animal. I mean, if we're going to do that, let's at least call it what it is. Bullseye! Target acquired. And just to give you a frame of reference about the amount of money in the camel beauty pageant, Miss America earns $500,000 for winning the pageant. And for that, she has to be sexually harassed by the owner of the pageant all week. Of course, the owner being Donald Trump. Yeah. Now, in fairness, Trump was seen at the camel beauty pageant. And all the camels got really nervous because anytime Trump's around, every day is hump day. All right, I'll do a Clinton joke later. We'll balance this thing out. I'm not going to do a Biden joke. That would just be too easy. Now, I didn't get my wife a gallon of gas. I got her tickets to go see Rod Stewart. Oh, fantastic. 2-hour show, sold out. The man can still bring it at 76 years old. I even snuck some drugs into the show. Oh, it was like the old days, except now I'm old. So the drugs were X-Lax and Cialis. They hit at the same time, right in the middle of the show. I didn't know if I was coming or going. We went out before the show. We had chicken and waffles for dinner, and they served it with an authentic bourbon syrup. So authentic that it had real bourbon in it, and they didn't tell us. My wife's been sober for 40 years. She gets wrecked on a half a waffle. We get to the show. She's trashed. She's like, "Hey, Rod, over here. Look at me." I said, "Woman, you are in your 60s with arthritis. How did you get on my shoulders?" And I'm not one to nitpick, but you're not facing the stage. My whole face went numb. Num, 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 num. Me want cookie. We had to show a vax card in order to get in. I'm so happy I got vaccinated. I wasn't gonna. Originally, I said, I'm not putting anything in my body that could kill me. And I thought about that as I finished my cigarette, had a couple of shots, went back to my favorite gas station, got some sushi and a Red Bull, and I said, who am I kidding? I'm dead already. Wife and I got the shot at the same time. We felt invincible. Couldn't kill us. We said, we got to do something dangerous. All right, what do you want to do? Zip line up Fremont Street. No, stupid. Bungee jump off the top of the stratosphere. Meh, that's just a ride. So we did the most dangerous thing that you can do in Las Vegas. We went to Circus and had the $1.99 buffet. My wife goes and gets I go get the Pfizer. My wife gets the Johnson & Johnson. I asked her, why'd you pick that one? She said, well, we've been married for a really long time, and I just want to remember what it's like to have two Johnsons in me. Folks, I married a sex addict, but I cured her. It took years of bad sex on my part. I got her down from every night to 4 times a year. Yep. Well, 5 if my birthday falls on a weekend. Oh, today was almost one of those days. As I was getting ready to leave, she said, hey, sweetheart, want to run upstairs and have sex? And I said, you know, I'd love to, but I'm 65. I can't do both. I was going to bring her tonight, but she tested positive. Not for COVID, something far, far worse. Menopause. Oh my God, the fighting, it just never ends. Nobody gets better. We were fighting so much last week. At one point she says to me, I'm sorry, it's the hormones. I don't know what a hormone is. I thought a hormone was the sound a prostitute made. Okay. That's a good job. All right, we have an official scorer up here. 15 freaking minutes, and I finally got a good joke. Thank you. Good night. But I did hear a delay. You heard a delay, right? Some of the people were like processing that. You never heard that before, breaking one word down into 2? It's like Asperger's. You know, what is that? A mental health diagnosis or a new menu item at a strip club buffet? My favorite's firsthand. As one word, it makes perfect sense. You break that thing down into 2, that's a very confusing article about college internships. Students get firsthand job experience. Now, if I'm 18, depending on how I hear that, I may very well say, screw Harvard, I'm going to Western Nevada College. Is it the Wildcats? Thanks for the help. How about I'll just point to you in the future if I need help? I'm sorry, go have fun. That was rude, I apologize. I got nothing bad to say about my wife. We've been happily married for 10 years. Yeah, out of 30. No, that's not true. Actually, I was married for 20, single for 10. I was single for 12, and then married for 10. Yeah, I was out! And they pulled me back in. Yeah, so I got married because I like being married and I hate dating. You know, I dated somebody when I was in my dating phase, 30 years younger than me. Oh, God. My friends gave me such a hard time about that. What do you guys have to talk about? You don't know anything about SpongeBob. And the first time you invited her over to your house to have some fun, did she know you meant sex, or did she think you were going to put her at the dining room table with a coloring book and crayons? But the sex was unbelievable. I couldn't keep up. One night she said to me, "Choke me, Daddy." So I gave her a couple of biscuits from Popeyes with nothing to drink. People ask me, what's the best part about dating somebody so much younger than yourself? And I said, you know, I am cheap. So the best part was whenever we went out to a restaurant, I always made sure they had a kids menu. What's the point in dropping $50 on Osabuco when all she really wants is $4 chicken wings? Oh, but then I met my wife. We went out on our first date. She spent the night and she never left. Never. Never left. No, but, you know, and I'm not good with women. That's never happened to me before. And I tried to figure it out. What is it that allowed me to be so successful in having a woman spend a night with me? And fellas, I'm gonna share you the tip because I spent a lot of time on this and I want everybody to know. The key is date the homeless. Especially in the winter. If you've got just a little bit of heat in your house, she'll stay till spring. Biggest problem we have in our relationship is she gives me a hard time about my shortcomings. You know, shortcomings. First time we were going to make love, she took one look at me and said, "So, what are your pronouns?" Obviously not he. Ouch. All right, she's got a point. On a cold day, I have an innie. The only time you'll find me buying extra large condoms is when I have to blow up balloon animals for a kid's party. And that was the second time I got thrown out at Chuck E. Cheese. See, and I'm good with all of it, except when she stands outside the shower and says, "Good God, did your ex-wife literally get half of everything?" I was telling that story the other night, and there was a girl in the audience. She was about 19 years old. She yells out, "Hey, how old are you?" So I said, "Well, thanks for listening earlier, but I'm 65. She said, "Then what are you doing talking about sex?" Really? What do you think happens when you get older? You collect your first Social Security check and your dick falls off? Hey, Social Security. Oh, man. Well, guess I don't need that anymore. I'm sorry. Did I hit you? You didn't even flinch. I like you. A little bonus for sitting in the front row. If you find it later, I'll autograph it, but there's really only room for initials. And let me turn it around on you, Miss 19-year-old. What are you doing talking about sex? What is intimacy in the Tinder generation? You know, you hook up with some guy who doesn't even give you his real name. "Hi, Mom. Met a wonderful boy over the weekend. Yeah, his name is Rod. 10-inch Rod." No. Sex at 19, we all remember this. Sex at 19 is horrific. It's like sitting down at the piano for the first time and trying to play. You don't know if you should be banging the keyboards or tickling the ivories. Hell, you don't even know if you like the black keys or the white keys better. Sex at 19 was so confusing for me. At one point, I gave up trying to play the piano and just switched to my organ. should have brought my wife. She would have learned a lot. So a little bit of sadness going on in my life. My favorite aunt passed recently. She was 95, went comfortably in her sleep. If you got to go, that's the way to go. And it fell to me to figure out how to transport the body back to New York so that she could be buried with her husband. I didn't know what to do. So I called Delta. And they said, yep, we do that all the time. It's $1,200 one way. One way. How many dead people take round trips? So look, Delta, I'm on your website. I'm looking right now. It says a first-class ticket is $600. What are you doing, selling her 2 first-class tickets? I mean, I appreciate the thoughtfulness. She needs a little bit of extra leg room. She is pretty stiff. You go along with that one? But she doesn't need the cushy seats and the free drinks. Come on, you could do better. And they said, nope, it's $1,200, and by law, she has to fly in cargo. With the luggage? Delta stands for don't expect luggage to arrive. Now, what are you going to call me in 6 months and say, well, we found her. She's on a baggage carousel in Guam. Now, you know what, Delta? I tell you what. This is what we're going to do. We are going to weekend at Bernie's this thing. We're going to put her in a hat, some sunglasses. You can put her wherever you want, Coach. Back seat, back row, middle seat between 2 gassy fat guys. I promise she won't complain. And they said, nope, that's not how it works on Delta. So I hung up. I called UPS. This is the way to go, folks. $2 a pound, got her there in 3 days. Somebody had to sign for her. They even threw in a free box tape and packing peanuts. All right, some of you sounded a little judgy on that. But remember, this is my favorite aunt. I love this woman. I would do anything for her. So I did my research, and I took the measurements, and I determined that there's actually 9 inches more leg room in a UPS box than there is on Spirit Air. So from now on, I'm flying UPS. So I'm the father of 3. I recently heard from my middle kid. She's happily married, trying to have a baby, so far unsuccessfully. She calls me up a couple weeks ago, says, we're going with artificial insemination. So this year, for my birthday, would you pay for our first treatment? I said, absolutely not. So I'm going to walk into work after your birthday and somebody says, so, why'd you get your daughter? Well, this year I tried to get her pregnant. We'll find out in a few weeks, fingers crossed. And the stuff's expensive. It's $400 a vial, and most of that goes to the donor. Fellas, you realize how much money we've let slip through our fingers? I got a $5,000 sock at home. If I'd known about this 40 years ago, I could have paid off my house in a week. Try it now, I'd be in foreclosure. But I admire my kids and the whole millennial generation, especially about how health conscious they are. So different from when I was growing up. You know, when I was a kid, the only beverages that we drank were ones that you couldn't see through. Coke, coffee, and tap water. And everything that we ate was fried. If I got a headache, Mom whipped out the Crisco and fried up some aspirin. And because everything that we ate and drank was so bad for us, our digestion was horrible. When I got gas, there wasn't just the noise that came out of my ass. There was a glowing mushroom cloud. My parents nicknamed me Hiroshima. My sister was Nagasaki. Little baby brother, Chernobyl. Which is ironic, because Nagasaki and Hiroshima were planned. Chernobyl was just an accident. Well, I had to do one highbrow joke for a half hour. Come on. Something for the educated. But I heard some of your groans. Don't put them away. We'll use them on this one. Because I got into fights every day at school. And then I'd come home. My parents would hit me for being in fights, as did my teachers and principals. The only authority figure that didn't slap me in the face was my priest. Well, with his hands. Okay. See you all in church on Sunday. All right, so we got to get you out of here at 9 o'clock. It's almost 9 o'clock. We got the big drawing, so I'm going to close on an epiphany that I had recently. If you think old, you'll be old. Think young, you'll stay young. I told that to my wife. She said, you're right. We need to think more like millennials. So next month, we're moving in with my parents. The only appointment we're ever on time for is our daily vape at 4:20. And she always gives me a participation ribbon for trying really hard during sex. Yeah, I don't think so. I deserve a trophy because I always finish first. That's my time, folks. I'm Guy Fessenden. Thanks for coming out.
You go, Guy Fessenden, everybody! You guys have fun tonight? Thank you guys so much for coming out. If you had a good time, man, make sure you tell your friends. Let them know what they're missing. If you didn't have a good time, tell them you were at the fucking Laugh Factory in Reno. Because that's what we do here. Hey, next week, awesome weekend coming up all the way from Pittsburgh. David K. is going to be here next weekend. It's going to be an awesome black and gold weekend here. I highly, I can't recommend it enough, highly recommend coming here next Saturday for the show. It's going to be a big special show next Saturday night, so please come out and see us. The week after that, we got Jake Daniels from Jokers and Jesters is going to be here, and our entire lineup for the month of October is incredible. I just found out today that we got Alex Elkin will be here the last weekend he's coming in for Nevada Day, so what better person to come for Nevada Day than Alex Elkins. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. One more time, get up for my man Luke Westberg. And one more time for Guy Fessenden! And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming out. Hey, if you guys want to talk about supporting veterans charities, hey, make sure you stop by and talk to me, but definitely talk to the folks after the show. Have a great night. We hope to see you guys again real soon. Night, everybody!